What's up, you? For today's video, we have a full Girafarig evolution team. I'll be using Girafarig and Farigiraf on this team. I'll be using the normals and the shinies, so we got a team of 4. I never really thought the Girafarig would get an evolution. I thought it might get another form, but here we are. So I think Farigiraf is a really cool Pokemon, and it gets some new abilities too, which I'll be showcasing in today's battles. I've got 3 of them. Now, earlier on, I uploaded a Florgs Forms team for BB, Flowout, all those sort of things. So if you haven't checked them out, make sure you do. That was on earlier. And let's get into this first battle here. We got a Farigiraf lead here. This is a random battle on the Poke Portal, and we got a Mungus lead. So I've got Farigiraf as the lead here, but I'm going to be swapping into my Girafarig here, because this Girafarig has got Sap Sipper, so I thought maybe they're going to try and put it to sleep. So that wasn't a bad swap in there, giving me a +1 in attack. Now, this was a Everlight Girafarig. We've got Zen Headbutt, Earthquake, Body Slam, and Low Kick. I've got Max Attack and Max Speed, Jolly Nature. So it's a physical sweeping set. Now we got King Toilet coming in here. Obviously, Zen Headbutt's going to do nothing to that. However, the second hit is going to kick the toilet over. And that is the end of King Gambit. It took a low kick crit right in the loo, you know. That would have really hurt. Now, the next Pokemon here is going to be Colossal. Now, on this set, I've got Earthquake too. I'm not really sure how to say my opponent's name. It's like Alhammer or something. I don't really know how to say it. Anyway, Colossal is going to faint there to an Earthquake. So we're getting a nice little Girafarig sweep going here. Next Pokemon is going to be Azumarill. I'm going to go for Zen Headbutt. I'm going to try and get that flinch. Unfortunately, it does really underwhelming damage here, and Azumarill managed to get a Belly Drum off, and it's going to have the Citrus Berry here. So I already know what sort of set we're going to have here. So we're going to have something like, you know, Play Rough, Aqua Jet, you know, Ice Punch, stuff like that. Now we're going to have a little Timmy Terra here. So obviously they've got their +6 in attack, and we're going to have a Terra Water Azumarill here. So I'm definitely thinking they're going to use Aqua Jet. Now, this Girafarig, even though it's got Everlight, it's definitely not going to be able to live this. So that is the end of the sweeping Girafarig, but it did a pretty good drop right there. I think I did a Girafarig sweep back in X and Y. Matter of fact, if anyone checks out my old Girafarig sweep, leaves a comment, I'll drop a comment and a like on your video. Let's see who actually goes there. So we're going to swap into Farigiraf now. We've got Armor Tail as the ability, so I can block those priority moves. A really nice ability that Farigiraf gets unlocked in this gen, basically. And of course, well, it's a new Pokemon in this gen, so there you go. And they went for a second one there. I don't think they could do anything anyway, but there must have been a little bit salty after that. Now, this was a Trick Room, Hyper Voice, Dazzling Gleam, Psyshock set. Throat Spray is the item, max health and max special attack, quiet nature. Next Pokemon is a Mungus. It's going to outspeed me, and it hits me with a Sludge Bomb. Doesn't do a lot. I thought they may try and go for a Spore there, but maybe they thought I had another Girafarig in the back. I might have another Sap Sipper Pokemon. So a Mungus is going to get dropped there by a Psyshock. That did so much damage. Next Pokemon is going to be Rotom Wash, and Rotom Wash is all washed up because it's going to miss its Hydro Pump. Now I can freely sweep through the rest of this team with only 1 more Pokemon remaining. Now, unfortunately for me, the Trick Room has actually ended here, and the last Pokemon is Roaring Moon. So Roaring Moon looks like it's going to be the standard set there with a boost of energy, probably like Acrobatics, Crunch, you know, Dragon Dance, those sort of things there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a Terra here. Now, one of the best Terras you can run on Farigiraf is Terra Fairy, right? And this actually, doesn't do all that bad, because you can go for that Dazzling Gleam for some 4 times super effective damage. Here comes a Crunch, and that is not going to take Farigiraf out, and we're going to go for that Dazzling Gleam, and that is the end of the Roaring Moon there. So I completely swept through them with 2 Pokemon, and we got a nice juicy baby bottle there right at the end. Let's get on to battle number 2. Drop a like on the video if you're enjoying it so far, people. And this is a battle against Marcy or Mary C. I'm not really sure how to say that name. One of the 2, I reckon. And the first Pokemon we got is a Palafin. And joke's on you, it's not a Palafin, it's a Finazon. See, there's no love art on the stomach. So this Farigiraf set is a different one from the last battle. So this is a agility set. Now we're going to try and make use of the ability Kudzu here. What Kudzu does, the Pokemon eats a berry, it'll eat the berry again at the second the second turn and the next turn, right? But basically, you can keep eating that berry over and over again every second turn, which is really cool. So I thought, This would be really fun to use with a Staffberry. So I don't know what sort of trolling set this Finazon is. I know they're trying to trick me, but I know there's no love heart on the stomach, so it's not working. And we got Orthworm coming in here. So your voice Nurse Long is going to get hit by a Hyper Voice here. That's not going to be very effective at all. But it's all good. I can still do some sort of a damage threat. I mean, it can't really do much to me while I'm behind the Subdue. So that is a 4-hit KO, which is kind of nice there. And the Orthworm doesn't really have too much like offense. It's going to be an Earth Power set. And they get a critical hit there. I'd say that one was probably lucky to break the sub. But, you know, now it's definitely going to break the sub. So that's the end of my Farigiraf sub. Now, the idea with this set is to substitute down and endure down to Starberry and be able to outspeed my opponents too, so I can get the benefits of the berry at the end of the turn. Now, I'm sort of hoping for a special attack boost and maybe another one too. So Starberry is going to give me a +2 in speed, which is great. Now I can go for maybe another one, hopefully, or, you know, with Substitute, I could possibly get multiple berry activations over and over. So Orthworm is going to be fainting to the Hyper Voice there. That is the end of the Orthworm. Bye-bye. Now thinking, well, Finazon may come in here, but there's not really much it can do. So Kachu's going to activate, and that's going to give me another berry, which is going to be Special Defense. I'm like, no, that's not all that good. I was sort of hoping for a Special Attack boost. Anyway, it is what it is. Now watch this. I'll eat those words right here. Here comes Oinkalone here. I went for the Hyper Voice. Good damage there. Now Oinkalone's going to be a special set too. The Special Defense Rise saved me, which is like you wouldn't read about. So this is going to be a Throat Spray set here, which is really cool. So I was like, oh, I'm going to go for another Hyper Voice here and, you know, take it out. So that's the end of Oinkalone. So this is really good, you know. I just can't believe that Special Defense Rise saved me. So now Kachu's going to activate again because it's been another turn after that. Another on this end of the second turn. And this time it's going to give me a speed boost. So next Pokemon is going to be Screamtail. So Screamtail's pretty bulky, but once again, I got a sub up here. I might be able to do some pretty good damage. So Hyper Voice is virtually nothing at +1, so it's a very, very bulky set. So here comes a Dazzling Gleam there. Remember, I do have the Special Defense boost from the Starfro, so once again, this Starfro Special Defense boost actually did, really did help me up there. So now I'm going to go for another Hyper Voice here. I'm due for another Starberry Kachu activation at the end of this turn as well. I think it's really cool how you can keep activating. I guess the thing about it is you need to stay in that range, I believe. Like, I haven't really tried it, so say if, you know, with a Starberry, right? Say it's activating on that a certain amount of health, or it needs to, or it can be activated. I don't know whether it keeps activating, say if my Girafarig went back to full health. I haven't tried that yet, because Kachu technically will eat the berry. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't say it needs the specifics of the berry. So I got to try that one out. I might be able to come up with a fun sweep there, but, yeah, if anyone's actually tried that out, let me know about it in the comment section. I know that I can keep activating over and over again every second turn. So what this Screamtail is, it's sort of like stalling me out the moment, which is fine because that's only going to help my my berry eating expertise here. So now we're going to have an option where I could probably go for maybe Endure here and try and get like even more boosts on my my Starberry. The good thing about Starberry, like it's boosting it by 2 every single time. So my stats are going like, you know, up and up and up really quickly. So Kachu is going to give me another boost here, and finally I got a special attack boost. I'm like, you know what? Let's go for another one. So I'm going to go for Endure this turn. This was really, really risky because I knew that even with a +2 here, I may not take Screamtail out. So Screamtail's going to get another Leftovers back. I was like, all right, I'm going to take the risk. Let's go for Endure. And unfortunately, Endure did fail there. There was a very high chance of that happening. I was hoping to get another special attack rise and then hitting it with Hyper Voice. So I really tried to get as many Kachus as I could there, but really cool ability. I like that one. Whose favorite Pokemon out there is Girafarig or Farigiraf? Let me know about it in the comment section of the video. Like, so is this anyone's favorite Pokemon? I'd really like to know out there. I wouldn't say that Girafarig is like super, super popular. Also, people, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you hit that like button too, and tell me what you think about Girafarig and Farigiraf. I think they're pretty cool Pokemon and some interesting abilities. So the next Pokemon to come in here after the Finazon's untimely demise is going to be the little puppy doggo here. So it's going to go for a Play Rough there. That isn't really doing too much. I guess I do have Everlight, and it's not really cut out for most of its, not really a high attacking Pokemon. So this was interesting. So this obviously has Everlight and/or Fluffy at the same time because it's taking my hits rather well. So it's going to be a rest sleep talk set. It has to be because, well, it might not be, but I doubt it'll just be like rest. So I'll have to have sleep talk. And I was just trying to get some flinches here. Not that my attacks are really doing much damage at all here. And it's not like I could really go for, body slam and stuff either. So here we go. Here comes the sleep talk, and we're going to get hit by Player Rough again. So Player Rough seems to be its really only attack it can use against me. I guess that's probably due to my typing there. With Girafarig and Farigiraf, normal and psychic isn't all that bad typing, So now we're going to go into the second Girafarig. Now, this set you actually haven't got to see yet. So this is a really cool ability that Girafarig gets. And I feel like Early Bird is a very, very underrated ability. So with the ability Early Bird, it means you only sleep for one turn. So this can actually be abused by using rest and sleep talk at the same time, or just rest. You can go to sleep for one turn, right, and then do nothing or sleep talk, and then the next turn you woke up, so you don't need to sleep for 2 turns. So it's like maximum health recovery, status recovery, and you only have to put up sleeping for 1 turn. So I think that's pretty cool, And also, if someone else puts you to sleep, you're going to wake up the next turn. So I think it's I'm not saying it's like super broken, but I think it's like low-key, underrated. So this is my bulky Girafarig set. We've got max health and max defense, bold nature, Everlight and Calm Mind. We've got stored power as the main attacking move there. So it's going to be very, very bulky, and it's going to hit really, really hard. It just takes a while to boost up its special attack here. Now, I've got the Terra Psychic on this, so I thought that'd be good to get some, extra base power from Sword Power, and Doggo is going to faint there. That looks pretty cute there with a little love art on top of the candle there. It should, melt the love art because it sort of, be wax. Next Pokemon is Screamtail here. Now, Screamtail's probably going to take a couple of more hits here. My Girafarig is going to be eating those Dazzling Gleams, really, really easy. So we're going to get as many Calm Mind boosts up here as possible and, attack this thing. I guess, this is obviously walled by Dark-type Pokemon, so, maybe you could drop... Heck, you could even drop Sleep Talk and give it something like a coverage move, or maybe trying to think, maybe like Terra Fighting, so you could, with Terra Blast, so that's an option you could use too, or just get rid of the Dark-type Pokemon and then send this out, because even against stuff that's like, Steel and stuff like that, opposing Psychic-type Pokemon, it's still going to do lots of damage after many Calm Minds, just, purely for the base power of Stored Power going up by 20 each time. It gets very, very powerful. So Girafarig is going to go for a rest here, and the thing is, only got to sleep for 1 turn. So 1 sleep talk, and that's it, It's really, really good. So I got rest, which sucks, it happens when you use rest and sleep talk, but the beauty is you're waking up the next turn, which is really, really good. And especially if you're using it, say you're using an Early Bird Pokemon over a long period of time, say you used it for 5 or 10 turns, well, you've almost cut down the, half the amount of turns you're sleeping for, which, it can really make the difference whether you need to go for a status move or attack or whatever. Anyway, that is the end of the battle there, and thank you, Battle of Marcy. Let's get on to the last battle here. This is a battle against Bumbling Bee. I'm pretty sure that was the username, and we have a really, really cool theme team here. Now, this theme team, you could possibly, you could only probably do this generation. Actually, you probably could have done it earlier on, but, there's more options here. So this is probably the first time I've ever seen a Quick Claw Cyclones in my life, only on PIMPNITE channel here, and it's going to be going for a Shed Tail, so it's going to get that little sub up there. Psycho's already got really good speed, so Quick Claw is out of this world. So next Pokemon is going to be Escu here, and it's going to have a sub. So I'm like, alright, fair enough. This is actually kind of good because with my Farigiraf here, I can go for Hyper Voice and get around that. So I'm going to scream at the little ice block there, did some pretty good damage, and now Escu is going to be going for a Freeze Dry. So it's a special set. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but the thing about it is, when it hit me, it froze me. It's the biggest frozen giraffe you've ever seen in your life. It's like Ice Age. How many of those Ice Age movies are there? There's got to be 3 of them, right? I don't know, I stopped counting. It's like the Shrek movies. There's 100 of them. Anyway, so I thought out immediately, which was super, super lucky. I guess my opponent thought, well, I'm going to have a lot of time here because my opponent is, frozen. He's letting it go. I can set up that Snowscape. So Snowscape's going to make Escu even more bulkier, which is going to be quite nice. Especially, not when you're versing a special attacker, but, again, like a physical attacker will be really, really good with his Ice Face. Unfortunately there, I really did counter that. Next Pokemon Pokemon is going to be Earthworm here, and I'm going to go for High Voice. Once again, actually, this is sort of like similar to the last battle where I was resting an Earthworm, and I was using Hyper Voice too. So the Earthworm just gets off a Substitute here, a Shed Tail, and it's going to be passing it on. Maybe you can see a little bit of sort of a pattern going on here. Maybe. Keep watching. Anyway, so in comes Mimikyu there. Now, I've got only normal type moves, so I can't hit a ghost type Pokemon at all, so I got to swap here. I'm going to go into my Farigiraf. Now, this is the physical attacking one. So now we got the Mimikyu swapping out, which is pretty interesting, and we've got the Spidops coming. It's called Probably Will Lose. That's like a roast of Spidops. Poor thing's getting roasted. Anyway, so, people always roast my boy Scarlet, so it's a pretty cool Pokemon. So I went for the Body Slam here, and it gets the sub off. I'm like, hang on a sec, there's something similar is going on with all these Pokemon. I wonder what it is. Can you guess? Maybe you picked it up by now. Actually, I really want to try out this team because it's interesting to see what you can do with it. So Spidops is going to go for the sub, and then it's go for the Sticky Web. I love how it uses Sticky Web. It looks really cool. So I'm going to go for a little bit of a Disrespect Earthquake here, and probably will lose. Well, he did end up losing. So we've got like 4 more Pokemon. Next Pokemon is going to be Chun-Li, and it's going to go for a first impression. Everlight saved my backside then. Otherwise, I would have been destroyed. Going for the Body Slam here, and it does pretty good damage, and I get it paralyzed. But I know this Pokemon does get a fair bit of priority moves outside of first impression too. I know that it does get Sucker Punch, so I'm assuming that it probably has it, and it does, and Girafarig is going to be fainting. So I'm like, alright, that's fair enough. I do have my Farigiraf here, and this has got Armor Tail, so if they do try and go for Sucker Punch and any other priority moves, I can obviously absorb that. So I want to assume that they'll probably go for Sucker Punch because they already were paralyzed and probably expecting to faint this turn. And that was going to fail regardless. And Dazzling Gleam is going to take the low kicks out there. Next Pokemon to come out is going to be the Mimikyu from before. But Mimikyu is going to go for a Mimic, and it's going to mimic my Dazzling Gleam. So that was pretty cool getting a Stab Fairy move there. Mimic is very hard to use. So I'm going to go for the Dazzling Gleam there. That's the end of the Substitute. Oh, I mean this, guys. And now it's going to probably be like a meme set or something like that. I have no idea. So it's got leftovers. Like, all right, maybe it's like a bulky set. I've actually done a Mimikyu before. I think I did I want to say I did Calm Mind. I think I did Max Attack, Calm Mind, Mimic, and Pain or something like that. It was really dependent on the move that I'll get. So Mimikyu's going to go for a Substitute as well. And I guess they were just looking at what move I would actually do to them. So I went for Side Shock. That would have done some pretty good damage there. I don't know if it would have fainted it, but really would have hurt there coming off Farigiraf's special attack. Farigiraf's got a really nice base. It's like 110. So I'm going to swap the Farigiraf out and go to other Farigiraf because I want to see what this thing actually can do here. Now, I know they won't be able to go for any Ghost-type moves, which is good. Now, here comes the Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam is actually not going to take me out, and it's going to put me in my country range. I was like, okay, this is cool. I'm going to be able to get maybe one attack off if they go for that again. And I think it did a little bit more damage on the second one. I think it was like a min roll and then a max roll, so I never got to actually attack there. So it's all good. We'll go into, actually, it looks like it's got a blue jelly bean on its nose. It does when you look at it like a Girafarig, right? So now Mimikyu's going to go for a Sword Dance. It's like, Now, I'd either say that it has a Ghost-type move or it's got some other move there. I was hoping it didn't have, Leech Life or Mega Horn or something like that. Not Mega Horn. Leech Life. I don't know why I said Mega Horn for. Mimikyu with Mega Horn. What the heck? It just throws its disguise at you, which has a small horn in it. Anyway, so what I thought here, it'd be a good idea to get the Calm Minds up. So this obviously is a physical Mimikyu, and I'm really starting to think that it only has a Ghost-type move. I was like, I don't want to go for a Terra Psychic now, because if it does have a Ghost-type move, which I'm 100% sure that it does, it's going to absolutely wreck me, right? And if it's I don't know, I was thinking Shadow Sneak or Shadow Claw, something like that would be, very bad. So I'm getting all my Calm Minds up at the moment. Now I'm going to go for Stored Power. So I'm holding on to the Terra just for now. I want to see what the other Pokemon can do, or I may even get a Swappy or take it out. So Mimikyu's got a swap out. I was like, all right, fair enough. We've got the Psychozar coming back in here. This might be a good time to go for the Terra Psyche. At least the Mimikyu doesn't have that +2 in attack anymore. So, it being a bulky set, I'm quite confident that I can live those moves there. But, yeah, you could give Girafarig Everlight a go. It can be a nice sweeper with nasty plot too. I probably will do a guide for Girafarig in the future. Anyway, so Cyclizar is going to get wrecked by that one. I don't think it went first there either. Oh, I know, it swapped in, so it couldn't go first. Next Pokemon is the Mimikyu. So like, all right, here we go. What moves does it have? It turned out it had Shadow Claw. So that would have taken me out if it was a Sword Dance crit there. But I say I would have lived that crit for sure. And Mimikyu is obviously going to fight the Stored Power. Stored Power is very, very strong at the moment with all those boosts and with the Terra Psychic. So the last Pokemon here is going to be Head Hurts here. And that's Orthworm, you know. It was a really, really cool theme team. Thank you to my opponent for the battle. Tomorrow will be a battle stream, and I should have another theme team out after the stream or before it or something like that. Yeah, that's about it. Peace out, people.